So the reverse Kimura is going to look like this. Kind of like you're getting a cross grip, but I'm going to actually grab their wrist. This other hand is going to go in between their arm and their body, and you're going to hook up the figure four this way. So that's the reverse Kimura. The way we can get into that, with gi, you can just kind of grip this here, and just like you're doing this grip here where you pop it off, you can kind of get into that here, but instead of popping it off, what we're gonna do is get in here, push the hand into the belly, and then grab our own wrist. And here I don't have a problem with you using your thumb to hook in here, because here, if they move around, it kind of slides out. So this here, I don't have too much of a problem with you actually using that grip on both of them, because we're doing a reverse Kimura, so I don't have a problem with the thumb. I mean, in here. So what we can do here to get this reverse Kimuras, we can, if we're having a difficult time and it's no gi, maybe they have their elbow tight, we can slide this hand in this way, the cross grip under their hand, and come around their outside. And now we elevate it here and feed it back to their other hand. Push it right to their belly, right? Now what we want to do is we want to shrimp up to the side, and we want to push this out to their back here, this way. Now you may get this. You may get this technique where it's pushing straight off here. But most times what they do is they straighten this out and it pops out. So what I'll do here is just kind of keep this arm here like you have an overhook, and I keep this in here. And what I'll do is walk my legs up in here, and move back a little bit, walk your legs up, and now you have this arm trapped in here. And you bring this arm down, it puts a lot of pressure on the shoulder. So you have kind of a shoulder lock at this point. This one right here, right? So you get in here, come up under, up, dive it in, come around, lock it in. Strip off to the side a little bit and push this out the side. They will, a lot of times, this grip right here is not the strongest for this motion, especially for closed guard. And what will happen is they'll punch their arm straight to the ground for their defense. And what you're going to do is you're going to keep track of their arm with this overhook. You're going to put this foot in the hip, and turn it out. Put a leg over the shoulder, right? At this point, you can kind of take your legs out and trap the shoulder here. And to really get pressure, what you do is you put their foot on the other hip. Here, turn this down. It's more of a shoulder lock than an arm bar. All right. The next thing you can do here is you can actually get an Omoplata. Again here. So the first one here, you go for the Kimura, reverse Kimura this way. They pop it out, and you get to this spot. Maybe you get here, and they decide they're going to start to push back into you, right? Maybe you're not getting this leg up in here, and maybe they stay pushed into you a little bit. What you're going to do is push their head away here and create the space. I like to just put my foot. Sometimes I can't get my foot. I'm not as flexible. I can't get my foot here. So what I'll do is I'll catch it with my hand. All right? I'll catch it with my hand, and I'll pull this over in here. And now what I'll do is I'll keep hold of their tricep, keeping this hand in my pocket on this side. A little pocket over here. And I'm holding this tricep. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get up to my elbow, push this out, and I'm going to get into this kind of this Z position here. Get into the Omoplata, trapping the other side of the hip with a belt. What I'm going to do is lift this arm and reach the other side with Omoplata. Sometimes you can grab in here into this collar so they can't ride up. So again, let's go back to that. The combination of three. See if I can give you a different angle. All right, hand goes here. I'm gonna dive this in here, in between the body, come around the other end, lock up my figure four. Again, I have the thumbs. I know we talk about a lot of times when we're doing Kimuras that we're not using the thumbs in here. And that's fine if you're over here and you have this kind of position because you're pushing. This one here is not, the other hand is loose in here. And you really want to keep this elbow trapped to your body. So if you do go thumbless here, you don't want to let this elbow free. You want to keep this elbow and arm right up against your body, right? And you're pushing it in. Technically, there's one other submission that's right here, right? What we can do is, it's kind of it's a wrist lock. And so what you can do is, you can kind of get this wrist lock by switching your hands. It's kind of like you're doing a shotgun. What you're gonna do is, you get on your side here, and now what you do once you have it here, you switch from this, your hand switches up to the arm, and this other hand comes onto the wrist, and it's trapped against your body, and now you just do wrist lock this way, right? So you have this, you can get into this position, it's like kind of like a shotgun. So you can get from here, slide up to the arm, keep that trapped against your body. This other hand comes down over the wrist like this and goosenecks it, right? So it's gonna do here, slide, gooseneck, wrist lock, right? So the other one you strip off, go to Kimura. You don't get that and it pops out. What you're gonna do is keep hold of the arm in here. You can keep track of it a couple different ways. Just keep track of it, put your foot in their hip, get your knee up over their shoulder. And now here you can trap their shoulder, and the other foot's gonna be on the hip. Pressure in. The other one is in here, switch, wrist lock, Kimura, breaks out. You go to do your shoulder lock, and they kind of push back into you a little bit. What you're gonna do is kind of karate chop the side of their head, throw your foot up and catch it with the back of your back of your hand. All right. So from here, he's pushing, and now you have to use, you can coax this over, push it in front of their face, hand comes up. And figure 4 right here, stay right here for a little bit. Depending on how they react, you can grab the inside the collar here, and grab this collar here. Make sure this hand is staying in the pocket and across your belly, and you're trapping this here. Now what you can do is switch to the Z position, and what you can pull yourself up, putting pressure on that shoulder. If they're really flexible, you reach over, grab his arm. All right. So let's do this quickly. No words.